Good morning, good morning. A pleasant good morning to you, Karen. Always a pleasure to be in your company. Pleasant good morning, yes, to the listeners of 103.1 FM. I always have to be mindful. Like I do too many radio stations. So I try, yeah, it's very embarrassing when you mix them up. As usual, a pleasure. We're discussing health from a natural and integrated perspective. Interestingly, we're going to speak about something that we would have spoken about before, but why I'm going to speak about it again is because I just believe that, it really affects so many individuals. And I think so many persons almost feel hopeless uh, in the sense of how debilitating this issue is. And of course, we're discussing the issue of arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis primarily. So the thing is, we're going to discuss rheumatoid arthritis at length today, arthritis in general. And in fact, all the programs I'm going to do, that's what I'm going to focus on, those three programs today, where we will really be focusing on what really is the cause of arthritis. What would someone have to do in order to correct that situation? And of course, what do we at Batson and Associates really recommend? Because what alternative do you have? You have the steroids, prednisolone, that type of thing. Is there a way where you could actually mix the two? That is a concern of a lot of individuals. They often wonder, could I do natural or what they may call herbal and my Western medicine as well? And the answer is yes. That is one of my areas of specialization as it relates to clinical nutrition. Clinical nutrition is nutrition for disease. And the good thing about it is that a lot of the clients that we would have worked with who especially had challenges with their kidneys. That's the reason why they came to us, because of the amount of medication that they were using. And the good thing about it, because of how we did the integrated protocol, the advantages that they got is that they actually were able to now have less medication, having been weaned off their medication by their doctors because of how excellent the blood pressure is now reading, how excellent the blood sugar is reading. There was a time we had a client who had a situation with serious cardiovascular challenges. She was on over 10 different types of medication. And after the treatment protocol from us, where she would have brought in an echocardiogram, and then we would have done a program for 6 months, and then subsequently she would have done another echocardiogram, which showed significant improvement. I mean, so much to the extent about 85% improvement just in that 6 months period, which is excellent. I mean, her ejection fraction went from 35% to 65%. So, that is for persons who want that option where you're actually able to actually deal with the root cause of the problem and not necessarily the symptomology, right? So when you're talking about arthritis, keep in mind we are live on our social media platforms. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. The thing with Batson and Associates is we are an organization of trained consultants in natural and integrated medicine. So our ability to do what it is I just said that we would have done in the past and continue to do is to be able to actually help individuals to move from point A to point B where they want an improved quality of health. That's what it's all about, I mean, it's neither. I always tell persons I'm not in the politics of medicine simply because I'm a results-oriented individual. If you come to me for 6 months and I didn't get any results, well, then I would have gone into retirement a long time. Now, that hasn't happened, and it's not going to happen because, we know what we're doing. So it's a matter of the finances in some cases, being able to actually afford the protocol, because in some cases it can be expensive depending on who you're dealing with, because, of course, expensive is a relative term. But in any case, we have a question.
Yeah, so when it comes to pain treatment, the question usually pops up, do you have any pain tablets for pain treatment? What's your take on that kind of treatment, tablets and pills?
Very good question. Let me first, of course, quickly address Halt Female Clothing, who is on our Instagram, and she's asking, good morning, is IT available now? Yes, it is available, Halt Female Clothing, so you can call the office and get, we have IT in stock. Right, so to that, the thing is, pain is not a pleasant thing to experience, it's not a pleasant thing to endure, so nobody likes pain. Some people have better pain thresholds than others. I do not have a good pain threshold at all. I cannot tolerate pain of any amount. I am very, really, I'm ready to fight. If you pinch me, that is it. We're gone.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, fight can happen there. I don't have a nice pain threshold at all. Some people have a higher pain threshold. Women especially And I think that's because you all have to give birth to children, right? I tell people, I don't think most men could deliver children, all the macho and, that we want to play. So in any case, when you look at pain, there are natural things to reduce inflammation in the body, which is primarily the cause of pain. So what an individual will have to do is make adjustments in their lifestyle, make adjustments in their diet, put in that supplementation that we may see after we do the blood analysis. It's very important that we do the blood analysis and magnetic resonance analysis. And I'll tell you why quickly. It gives us the ability to determine what is known as biological terrain. And quickly to explain that biological terrain primarily is the terrain or the layout of the internal environment as it relates to disease and sickness or as it relates to being healthy. So if your biological terrain is one that has a lot of oxidative stress, it has a lot of inflammation, it has a lot of acidity, you now have a biological terrain that is primarily conducive to disease. The progression of disease, the beginning of disease, and consistent, just suffering. So the thing is, we need to change that biological terrain. And that is where the treatment protocol, the hydration, a perfect example is water. You can check us out, our water at Batson & Associates. We carry a water known as Alkagen, Alkagen, which is a premium alkaline water. Its pH would run anywhere in the vicinity of about 8.7, 9.5 at any given point in time from production to our shelves. And the thing with that is that, it helps in addressing the biological terrain. So a lot of people are seriously dehydrated. Your poor body doesn't know what to do. It is in total confusion. All you do, you get up in the morning, you drink a cup of coffee, or you drink a lot of soft drinks, but you do not drink sufficient amounts of water. That is going to cause serious consequences to all your organ systems in your body, primarily your gastrointestinal system, primarily your master organ, which is your colon. So in that particular light, you just basically creating a problem. So that's why we have the blood analysis. And I urge persons coming to us, even though you may be bringing things like CT scans, MRIs, X-rays, whatever the case may be, do the blood analysis and the magnetic resonance analysis, because from the aspect of integrated medicine, it actually gives us key information in getting you better. That's very important. So feel free to give us a call or visit. Keep in mind our telephone numbers and locations. We are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Chaguanas. That telephone number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe is the corner of Ramsey Trace and the SS Erie Main Road in Debe. That telephone number for the Debe is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. Keep in mind, our Debe office is now opened for the entire week, or opening hours for the entire week, as opposed to how it was before, which was Wednesday to Saturday. It's now, of course, Monday to Saturday, right? And we always have a consultant in-house in each of our offices, our senior medical consultants. Let me say a pleasant good morning, as usual, to our very hard-working consultants, Ms. Karishma Ramdan, Mr. Paul Green, Mr. Rene Bustamante, and Mr. Stefan Vialva, always, assisting our clients. And they're actually able, well-trained, and qualified to be able to, do that blood analysis, do the assessment, do the magnetic resonance analysis scan, and really now provide a protocol that gives you the results that you want. So if you're in pain, which is never a good thing, why I decided to speak about arthritis, yesterday I saw someone in my office, and not to make them feel bad or anything, it was one of the worst cases of arthritis I've seen in a long time. This lady's hand is turned inside out. It was horrible, really bad. And I felt for her because, she has been doing what she has been doing for 22 years. And now they reached the point where it's no longer steroids and methotrexate and those type of things, which is already bad in that large amount, with no consideration to diet. And that's what I was telling her. It's not like I was buffing her, but I was telling her, I said, so at no point in time do you take into consideration your diet? Did you take into consideration to maybe go and see a herbalist or a natural doctor or something like that? And she said, no. She had full confidence in what the doctors was giving her. And, I just think they failed her. I mean, because to see a human being end up like that, she has a lot of work to do. I mean, I'm there for the journey. I could do the work. I told her that. I said, I will work with you, but you have to understand that you have to put in the work. The diet needed a lot of work. The hydration is atrocious, but no fault of her own, in the sense that you have been going to medical professionals for 22 years And at no point in time, any of them told you about drinking sufficient amounts of water. I mean, that's, yeah, sad. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's a matter of helping people and getting people the results that they want. And that's what I'm about. I tell people I'm not in the politics of medicine, and I have no intentions of getting there. I'm about helping people get better. There's an economic consequence to everything, and if people don't understand that, that's quite unfortunate. But as I always tell people, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. Persons have gone bankrupt just attempting to get better, and they ultimately died. In some cases, they suffered. You think when they get a kidney transplant, they just live long? You don't live long. They don't have much nice lives. It's people who want dialysis. That's not something, you know. So people, we need to wake up and do what we need to do. We have a question.
Yeah, and will your products help with fibromyalgia?
It would help with fibromyalgia. And it's not only our products, but as I said, it's our lifestyle where we now help persons to really address the body from the spiritual, the supramental, the vital, and the physical. You know, you have to take all those aspects of health into consideration because your body is just not only a physical body. I mean, your body is a spiritual body. You have your subconscious mind, which you don't know controls you most of the time, but you don't know that that is the subconscious mind's making decision for the conscious mind, because your subconscious mind affects your conscious mind. And then you have your conscious mind there, which in some cases is in confusion because of stress and everything. So you're not getting what you want, you know, and the only way to get what you want is through food, and not only food that you eat in the aspects of carbohydrates, proteins, fats, lipids, that type of thing, but foods in the context of generally what nutrition is. We have too many persons out there who are way malnourished and don't know they're malnourished. And I'm speaking about people, it has nothing to do with affluence. I'm speaking about very wealthy people. We have people who are billionaires and they are malnourished simply because they have not been educated on what proper nutrition is. Malnourished. So you're wealthy and you're walking around there and you're driving a nice car, you're living in a nice house, and God bless you, because most likely you would have worked hard for that. There's no jealousy on my part in what I'm saying here. But what I'm saying to you is, you know, you're not living up to your full potential health-wise. How many persons, you know, have lost their life before time simply because of not being able to, you know what it is to be healthy, what it means to understand, you know, to take your health into consideration. We have a question?
Yeah, so this person is curious, how exactly does arthritis result in the bent fingers and the hands that you described earlier?
Because of what arthritis is. Remember, arthritis, in its definition, especially rheumatoid arthritis, is parasite in your bones. Parasites going to cause significant inflammatory response. That is what rheumatoid arthritis is. Rheumatoid arthritis belongs to a category of diseases known as autoimmune diseases, which quite frankly has nothing to do with really autoimmune, but has to do with your gastrointestinal system. So because of that, the inflammation is going to cause pain, it's going to cause swelling, it is going to cause the bending of the joints now, because your joints no longer healthy. Your bones, your musculoskeletal system, in order to be healthy, has to be comprised of certain healthy components. Ligaments, tendons, joints, bones, synovial fluid, those type of things. And those things need to be healthy consistently. So in a high arthritis situation, in a high inflammatory situation, you're going to, excuse me, end up crippled. And the unfortunate thing is that you get medication now, which is steroids primarily, and chemotherapy drugs, which in high amounts and abundance is going to actually exacerbate your situation. It's going to make you more sick, because steroids cause arthritis. Steroids cause diabetes. Steroids cause blindness. There's something known as steroid-induced diabetes, steroid blindness. You can check it for yourself, research it. It's there. So it means that you're spinning top in mud, as the old people say. There's a product we carry at Batson Associates. 2 products I want you to take into consideration in taking. Keep in mind, though, that you need to be hydrated. So if you do not drink water, please ensure that you get 3 bottles of Alkagen water at any one of our nearest locations. It's not $1 million for it. And start to do a mild detoxing so that we do not end up in problems if you are dehydrated and attempt to use products. People who are dehydrated, who knowing or think they're hydrated, because a lot of people drink water and think they're hydrated and they're not hydrated enough. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, people don't understand, and it boils me to annoyance, but I have to understand that not everybody have the knowledge that I have. And that's not me saying, trying to think, condescending or anything like that. They really don't understand how vital it is to be hydrated and how much of a disadvantage that you, or a disservice that you pay to your body when you are dehydrated. You really send your body into a state of disarray. And it shows. So arthritis, check out the Alkagen water, check out our inflammation formula, very good product for pain, very good product for arthritis. Check out as well our omega with astaxanthin, very good omega product, very good for pain, especially joint pain. People who have real bad pain and real bad knee, they tell you about knee replacement, pre-order collagen with hyaluronic acid. You can call the office. That product is a pre-order product, which means you have to pay half the price. And then when we bring it, you come, you collect it, or we set it out on delivery for you. Anyway, how? But it has to be pre-ordered, right? That's how we operate with that particular product. It's primarily collagen and hyaluronic acid. The good thing about it and the advantage of it is that it is a hydrolyzed collagen, which means your body almost absorbs 95, 100% of it, which is very good as compared to other collagen, which is like powder and that type of thing. The absorption and the assimilation is not as high as this collagen. And it's not only collagen, but it's also collagen and hyaluronic acid. So you can call our offices. That telephone number for head office, which will give you access to all the other offices, will be 222-8261. That's 222-8261. We have a question?
Yeah, is it safe for children, the Alkagen water? And I believe you have a special with the Alkagen and the Santolans. Could you just repeat that as well?
Yes. Yeah, anyone could drink Alkagen water. The youngest baby to the oldest client that we have, which is what, like 96 or 97 or something like that. You can drink the Alkagen water. There's advantage in it. The water is a mineralized water. The oil water also has something known as ORP, which is oxidative reduction potential. So you can only get benefit from drinking the water. And when you try it, just try it. And there's a special we have with the Santulan and the water. Keep in mind, we have our engine promotion, which is targeted to mechanics, auto mechanics, welders. We're going to be doing a lot of work this year with those employers, because a lot of y'all dying from cancer unnecessarily, and some of y'all don't know why you're dying and why you're so sick, because you're inhaling all these fumes every day and you're not doing any kind of critical detox to remove these heavy, dangerous toxins from your body. You're asking for cancer. Open invitation to get cancer. So again, keep in mind our telephone numbers. We do have open clinic days at all our locations. Now you can call Tobago, my dear. Your office is almost finished. I was in Tobago Monday and Tuesday. We're coming along fine. So God's willing, this month we should be in there. And of course, moving things along with our lunch and whatnot. That telephone number for our Shoguna's office again is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe is the corner of Ramsonwood Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. That telephone number is 223-7515. We have a question?
Yes, so this texter says, I have a colonoscopy, endoscopy next week, Thursday. Currently taking your Nerve Restore, 6 p.m., baking soda, and the hydrogen peroxide at 6 a.m. every other day. Do I continue or do I stop taking them before the procedure?
Should stop taking them before at least maybe about 5 days before the procedure. 5 days before the procedure should be good. All right, and make sure I drink lots of water. Good. Yeah, so again, keep in mind those locations. We have our pensioner special still. Keep in mind the 2-in-1, the blood. Let us know what is your biological terrain. What is the condition? Is your body filled of acid inflammation? Is it that is why you're so sick? You can't be sick for more than a year. That's bad. Sick 5 and 10 years now, something wrong there. So of course, keep in mind those telephone numbers again and location. Shogunas, first floor Money Talks building, Montrose, Shogunas. Debe is the corner of Ramsonwood Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. That telephone number for Debe is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. Remember, find out about our inflammation formula, our omega with astaxanthin. And of course, as we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. To the listeners of 103.1 FM, thank you for allowing me into your household. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Karen, always a pleasure to be in your company. Take care. Until next week, God's willing. do enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.
Same to you. Thank you very much. Supporting Health Naturally with Dr. Jason Batson of Batson and Associates. That was a paid program. The views expressed within were not those of one of...
Yes, so social media family, I'm so sorry that I didn't tell you guys good morning. So I'll say good morning quickly because I have to organize something before my next program. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Miss Cindy Hoyt, Miss Marge Hills, Miss Elizabeth Nandlal, Miss Grace Williams. Let me just answer that question quickly because I'm late already. Good morning, Dr. Batson. Question. DHL shipping refused to ship your eye drops to Florida. They need a prescription from you with my name and address, also your signature. Your front desk gives her, my niece, a form with your signature and my name and address. I need your eye drops ASAP. Okay, Ms. Williams, so that's very important. So Shaki, you'll allow us to follow up with that, right? So we will deal with that. To our Instagram followers, let me say a pleasant good morning. Kimmy0507, Halt Female Clothing. Yes, and I told you about the IT we have in stock now. Halt Clothing Company, Lantana 202, Nimitz 753, The Real, Jamel James, Dale 2644, Andrew, looks like Hazel and Andrews, right? Shorty Libra. So pleasant good morning to all you guys. So this brings our end to our first program. Keep in mind that we will be doing a live for our next program, which is on 106.5 Freedom, and that program is from 1:15 to 1:45. And then, of course, we'll be joining DJ Mamu on djmamuradiott.com, and we'll be discussing, and that program will be from 2 to 3. And of course, as I said, I'll be going through the entire day discussing pain, arthritis, different forms of arthritis, and what we can do to address this situation, to try and help all these people with arthritis. So if you know somebody with pain, you know somebody with something, you can at least send this live to them afterwards, or you can send for the upcoming program. You can also like us and share us on our social media. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. God bless you guys. Be safe. And see you guys at 1:15, God's willing. Take care. Bye.